YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. And in today's video, we're gonna be ranking all 6 episodes of Miss Marvel because yesterday we got the finale, so it's time to rank all 6 episodes of Miss Marvel. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, to be clear, I have fun with all these episodes. I think the biggest problem here is the way that this episode does is that episode 3 sets up this plot line where they go to this place with her nanny, and then while she's doing it, Miss Marvel teams up with this other guy, and then they saw the other guys, and then they're chased, and then you don't really learn anything about them. It's kind of just more of they're out for the Jinn, they're part of your family, we need to discover this. And then the episode ends with taking the bracelet and sending her back in time. It's a very weird thing that happens in the episode. So I still have fun with it. It's not my favorite episode. Now, the first episode of this show, I thought was actually pretty good. You know, it introduced this character of Kamala Khan, which I thought was very likable. Her little interactions with her best friend Bruno, I thought was pretty cool. He's a nice little best friend. The way that it actually shows the images of it kind of is comic booky, where you show the images and stuff on buildings and stuff as they're talking and texting, and it's very cool in the way that works. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the way they do it with her powers. Not exactly the biggest fan of the way her parents treat her in this episode. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good first off episode to this series. Now for me, I thought what this episode did very well is that it continues the stuff you loved about the original episode, except it basically does what you expect from this show, where you get the fun high school stuff, you get the fun high school hijinks with Kamala. The episode literally opens, besides all the hit. Well, actually, no, that's episode 3 we're talking about. Besides all the all the stuff, the episode literally opens as she's famous and all this because she has superpowers, and it's kind of generic as you would expect from a show like this. But I think what this episode does really well is just explores more of her powers, how it can do it. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of her powers, by the way, and the fact that she actually becomes a hero of her own. Say she tries to save a kid, and then she's chased by the Mission Patrol police, and then it brings into motion at the end with the plot of that Kamran's part of this thing. So it made for a very enjoyable episode that I honestly really enjoyed. So what I thought this episode did really well is that coming off of the last episode, it kind of introduces this plot line of the Jinn and these people that are from this other world and that this Bengal is this place to get home, and so we are established with our bad guys. And so I thought it was kind of interesting, and then even then it actually gets into the action side of things, and it's actually quite good. All the action is actually really good, especially this guy that has a whip, and when he's fighting Kamran, it just looks really cool in the way it's all done. And then even Kamala gets some punches in. And so I thought it was actually just really cool in the way that this episode was done. So this definitely wins for me. Now for me, as much problems as episode 6 has, I personally enjoyed episode 6 of Miss Marvel. As it basically, gave us the superhero stuff that you want. It feels a little bit like Fear Street, where you're creating that little plan in the high school. All that stuff I thought was pretty cool. You do get some pretty cool arcs, especially with Kamran. I think the biggest issue here is the way that it kind of does with Kamran, as they're protecting a threat, but then they're protecting people. It's like they're not fighting the damage control police. It's like they're trying to protect them, but try to get away from them. Like, it's so weird. Like, you're supposed to be using these powers to defeat them because they're bad guys. Like, it's not right, to be honest with you. And honestly, I wasn't really digging with the whole storyline of this. If you want to go watch my review, because I have a lot more to say about this. But overall, it was actually pretty good overall. So this episode I thought was absolutely one of my favorites. I know a lot of people didn't like it because it just is so different from all the others. But that's the thing. I think it kind of dives into the stuff with the history of Aisha and Indian, Pakistani stuff, traveling stuff. And I think it explores that in a very interesting way where you explore history, but you're also getting a character that has gone through something. And I think it does it very well, and especially when Kamala comes back from the past and she gives Nani a picture of her and her family. For some reason, that part gave me a lot of Coco vibes, where Miguel comes back from the land of the dead and he gives Mama Coco a picture of her as a little girl and her mom and dad. And I'm like, that's so sweet. Like, and this scene just reminded me of that. So overall, this is my favorite episode. It dived into a character I thought it was pretty cool. It gave me a history lesson I was kind of pretty enjoyed by. So overall, it gave me what I wanted for a series. Well, not necessarily being like the rest of the series as a whole. So that's my ranking of all 6 Miss Marvel episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the About section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.